Hello, I'm Louise, Regional Manager for Positive Behaviour Support at our Pakenham and Mount Waverley site. We're going to go ask the team a few questions for National PBS Week. Come with me.
Thinking back, which client experience made you the proudest?
I recently had a client experience where I was making a scarf training, and my client actually was so involved in the process that they helped me color code the presentation and made the whole thing with me, which was really, really cool.
One thing I like to do with every client, especially during session number 1 during the assessment, is to explain what positive behaviour support is about, especially for people who the service was organised for them. They might not know about it. So I think explaining it to them and having common goals with them helps to build rapport, because they feel, more autonomy and more purpose in what I do rather than just liking me as a person.
What is your favourite ORS perk and why?
I really like the 9-day fortnight. It allows for, lots of, work-life balance. So I really like that we have, a day off during the week that, we can kind of go and do whatever we like to do.
How do you spend your rostered day off?
I like to do all of the things that I don't get a chance to do during the rest of my week. So any appointments or, go to the beach maybe, go for a walk. It's just nice to have that extra day, an extra day of the weekend, I guess.
What advice would you give to new PBS practitioners?
I would say if you're feeling overwhelmed, that's totally normal. Just make sure you talk to your manager or your team leader.
What is a game-changing strategy that you've implemented with a client?
Encouraging a client to use their voice through games and play-based strategies. So he now says help please when he needs it instead of just screaming, based on mindfulness blocks. He used to just grab my hand and drag it and scream, and now he says help please and allows me to help him. And he's started to implement this in other areas by saying help please when he needs it.
What's your favourite ORS staff perk and why?
Massages for sure. Sometimes I get sad. I think last week was cancelled and I came to the office really excited for it. And I told my entire family that I was getting a massage. And it got cancelled. I was really sad about it. So 100%. I feel like I look forward to it every month. And it just relieves so much stress to me. It feels great. So yeah, the massage for sure.
Chrissy, what's your go-to karaoke song?
Oh no. Celine Dion. What's that one? Celine Dion song. It's all coming back to me now. Do you want me to sing? No, you don't.
What drew you to PBS at ORS?
I really like the idea of doing PBS because I started working firstly as a support worker, and I worked with my clients, positive behaviour support workers, in that role. And I really liked that they got to have more of a direct impact on their clients, well-being and quality of life.
What's your secret to delivering high-quality services?
Communication with stakeholders. I think that's really important in building rapport with the people you're working with.
What makes your office the best?
Southern New South Wales is the best because of everyone in it. We have one of the largest teams, and literally everyone in the team is beautiful. They care so much about the people that they support, and it just makes coming to work super easy.
What advice would you give to new PBS practitioners?
I think don't be too hard on yourself. You're going to be learning a lot of new things, and just ask lots of questions.
If you could have a superpower, what would it be and why?
One of the superpowers I would really love to have is to read people's mind, and just to see that if I could help them with any other thing that's going into their mind and they are not able to express it enough.
What drew you to PBS at ORS?
I guess it's about development and teaching us new strategies and ideas to help us grow as practitioners.
Tip for building rapport is pairing yourself with something the person already has a positive association with. That way they'll be able to associate you positively too. Make sure to reduce any demands, even questions, as it implies they also have to answer it. Just focus on having fun, praising and narrating.
Mat leave at ORS allowed me to spend the first 6 months with my baby at home without the financial stress and pressure to return to work. Now that I've returned, I love the flexibility I've been offered in my work days and my role. It has made coming back to work so much easier and way more fun.
My go-to karaoke song is My Humps by the Black Eyed Peas.
My top self-care activity is a weekly hot yoga class at my gym.
We're really lucky because here at ORS we get fitness passports, giving me access to a really great hot yoga studio. I really love this self-care activity because it's 1 hour of me time, meditation and movement.
Remembering what it felt like for my first day and being ready to answer any questions and use scenarios from cases to support them in their role. Allowing them to shadow sessions is a really great way to support newcomers to our team, and always just being welcome.
Hey Duncan, what's one way that you make new starters feel welcome at ORS?
I make sure they've got someone to go to and make sure they understand there's no stupid questions at ORS.
What is your favourite go-to karaoke song?
Ooh, I'd have to say Never Say Never by Justin Bieber.
What is your favourite perk at ORS?
The massages.
Alicia, what is your top tip for building rapport with clients?
I think it's super important to build that sense of trust. For example, making sure they know we're really careful with all their private information.
Who in the office would survive an apocalypse?
Duncan.
If you could pick one PD to recommend to your peers, which one would it be and why?
I would say that everyone should do a PD on pathological demand avoidance. I work with a lot of kids that have PDA, and I've found that the strategies that you use to kind of manage PDA have been really helpful, even with clients that don't necessarily have the profile of PDA, but just have either anxiety or don't want to engage.
All right, which member of the office would survive an apocalypse and why?
Well, clearly the only person in this office that has superhuman powers is our regional manager, Abby. She seems to be able to manage 1,000,001 things and on very little food, drink, anything else. So I think actually, if I was going to survive, I'd quite like to survive with her. Maybe we could be like a team because, yeah, I think she's the only person that you'd want if there was an apocalypse.
All right, if you could have one superpower, what would it be?
My superpower would be teleportation. So I could teleport back to Scotland, have dinner with my family, and then catch the best WA sunsets.
What is your top self-care activity?
My top self-care activity is going for a walk with my hubby and my sausage chong sizzle. Generally I leave my phone at home, so there's no distractions and it's just us.
What's your favourite team building activity?
Lol.
How would you measure success in PBS?
It's specific to the client. Sometimes success is a huge reduction in behaviours. Sometimes success is the client let you into their house to have a session with you after not wanting to engage with you. It really just depends on the client and where they started and what their goals are, what your goals for therapy are, what their life goals or their personal goals are. And it looks different for everyone. Sometimes success is you wrote a report that got the client a massive increase in funding, which allowed for way more implementation from other therapists as well as support workers. Sometimes it's family relationships. You were able to provide training that allowed, an improvement in family relationships. It really just does depend on the client, and that's the best thing about PBS is success is different for everyone and what their goals are.
What advice would you give to new PBS practitioners?
I think I would just let them know that, there's no right way to do PBS, as everyone's different. It's not a one-size-fits-all approach. Everyone has different needs and likes to be supported in different ways. So I think just being super open and open-minded and just remembering that not everyone will be supported in the same way.
How do I measure success as a PBS? I think when we see clients are achieving their goals in different ways, that gives us a feeling of fulfillment. Different clients are in different journeys in their life, and as a PBS, it's our job to bring those kind of positive changes in their life.
What makes Mitchell office the best?
I love the Mitchell office for all of the friendships that I've made here, and everybody in the office is so kind and friendly, and I love that we all just get together at lunchtime and just create memories and share different stories from our day.
So Robin, what do you do to take care of yourself?
To take care of myself, I utilize ORS's 9-day fortnight policy, which means I work for 9 days and 1 day is for my self-care.
On that one day, I usually go for swimming and do some yoga at home. Apart from that, I look after my kids and have some family time.
What is my top tip to welcome new team members and help them feel confident from day one? For me, my top tip is to just be that presence that they can ask any questions of. So by allowing them that space to ask questions and acknowledge that they're not going to get it all on day one, and just to be that guiding presence hopefully helps them feel supported and more confident within their role.
So, can you tell me your number one strategy for developing rapport?
So I led this pretty recently, actually. I had one of my younger clients who is a teenager, and she said to me, she was like, kind of complaining to me, and she was like, oh, like sometimes I talk to people and I just want to be listened to. Like, I don't want advice. I don't want people to tell me what to do. Like, I just want to be listened to. I kind of thought, oh, she has a really good point. Like, I think I've used that with some of my clients recently, is just sitting down and not like trying to fix their problems, not trying to give them solutions or trying to give them advice, but just like sitting down, hearing them out, listening to them, and just be like an ear.
What would be your top tip for welcoming new team members at our Coburg office, and how you make them feel confident when they're starting in this role?
I really love to meet them obviously out the front when they first come in. I give them a bit of a site tour, orient them to where they are, set up their desk with them, and then I love to go for a coffee with them the first thing in the morning, just so that they feel kind of comfortable. And I always let them know that there's no silly questions I want them to come to me with.
How do you measure success in behaviour support?
I really believe there's 3 ways to measure success in PBS. I think the first is feedback from stakeholders, from your clients, from the families, feedback from your colleagues through your KPIs. So I think with the way the KPIs are structured, it really allows you to manage your time and manage your case, and with the structure of that, you can see how well you're performing. And thirdly, when you're seeing that success, through your clients, seeing the rewards or, all the time you've put in, all the hours you've put in your work, and you really see that through, the progress and rewards.
Question 1 for Sienna. Thinking back, which client experience made you proudest?
I worked with a client who at the initial assessment came with a few behaviours of concern, and then after ongoing strategies and family trainings and support worker trainings, we're able to reduce the occurrences of the behaviours and increase the quality of life for both the client and the family and the supports involved.
Katie, what is one game-changing strategy you implemented with a client?
Probably activity scheduling, so looking at the environment and how we can add different activities to the schedule and purpose to their life as well, so it just brings them a lot of joy and happiness.
Ross, tell me your number 1 strategy for developing rapport.
My number 1 strategy for building rapport would probably be anything that's game related. So Uno, Jenga, but being able to pair different activities with them as well, just to get to know some of your clients' likes, his interests, and like how you guys are similar, so you can continue building that rapport, and then also help develop some resources in the future that can help foster to their needs.
What is my top tip for welcoming new team members and helping them feel confident from day one? I'd say transparency, because immediately just let them know who's what do they do, where are you sitting, who can you reach out to, and just humour, just having fun, having a laugh. I think this job can be quite serious, so Armand, what do you do at ORS?
There was a few things. I think the main thing was the impact that it has on the lives of our clients. Second thing would be, it's, I guess, pretty similar to what I've been studying in my career aspirations as a psychologist. So using it as a bit of a learning curve and a stepping stone into a career as a psychologist.
Thinking back, which client experience made you the proudest?
So the proudest moment that I've had with a client was a couple of weeks ago. I see one of my clients twice a week who has an acquired brain injury, and he struggles with short-term memory, and every session that we've had together, he has always asked me what my name is and why am I there to see him. And the other day, he remembered my name instantly and he shook my hand a lot and said that he appreciated our time together.
The person that I think would survive an apocalypse from the Wagga office is definitely Peter. Peter has the most fascinating interests in the weirdest things. For example, he has a pick lock kit in his desk that he flashes around and shows, so he knows how to pick locks, and he's also very good at things that other people aren't. So I think he would definitely be the person that I would like to survive an apocalypse with.
What makes your office the best office?
The Wagga office is the best office.
Because for many reasons, our culture is great. We don't see ourselves just as a behaviour support team and separate teams. We are all one. We often have clients overlapping as well. We work together. We also back each other up. If someone's having a hard day or a down day, there's always someone who's going to be there for you. And we also work hard, but we also know how to have a great laugh and just have a moment in the day where we have a bit of a giggle or just do something fun or just have a chat, and then we get back to work. We've got a really good balance to look after each other.